Good morning. So we are continuing our series all about podcasting today. Make sure that while you're watching this video, you like the video and that you follow me wherever you happen to be watching. Just so you're aware, these videos go live on TikTok and are posted on TikTok the same day, but on any other platform you might be seeing them on, it's going to be a week to 2 weeks later. So if you want to be the first to know, make sure you join me on TikTok. And let's go ahead and jump into the question for today. So as I said, this week we are talking about podcasting. And our frequently asked question for today is, how do I create a podcast for my business? If you missed the previous video, go back and watch that. We talked about podcasting on Monday and Tuesday of this week as well. But the way that you create a podcast for your business is 5 steps. Which is more than I usually like to do, but I wanted to make sure that I'm actually giving you all the information you need. So step 1, you need to choose a topic. This seems pretty obvious, but it's worth mentioning. What I would recommend is that you do some SEO research and you find popular questions in your niche that people are asking, because those can easily become podcast episodes. Step number 2 is to choose a style. And so there are 3 types of podcast styles. The first one is a solo podcast, and this is going to be where there's one person who is teaching or talking about a specific topic. The second is a co-hosted podcast. This is where there are 2 or more people that are discussing this particular topic for each podcast episode. And then finally, we have the interview style, which is where there is a host and they invite guests on and they talk. So as I'm saying these things, I'm sure that you're recognizing them, but I don't know if you realize that there was 3 different styles. If you're joining me live right now on TikTok, comment below if you have any questions about podcasts. I'd love to answer those for you. First, don't forget to like and follow as well. So we are answering the question, how do I create a podcast for my business? We've talked about the first 2 steps. Our third step is to create 10 episode outlines. So before you launch your podcast, you should have an idea of your first 10 episodes. And this is so that you don't do the first or second one and then run out of ideas and you stop. Because consistency is key in anything, but it's especially true in podcasting. Our 4th step is to gather your tools. So the tools that you need are a microphone. You need some type of podcast management platform. I personally use Anchor because it is free and it works really well for me. Then you need a script. And I actually have a resource for this. So if you want to have a podcast or you already have a podcast and you don't have a script, if you go to MyScheduledBiz, just like my name, .com/podcasting, you'll be able to get that script and you can customize it to yourself. It'll make it a lot easier for you to actually do your podcast episodes. And then finally, you need some channel artwork. And so I recommend just using something like Canva, whatever is the easiest and fastest thing to do in order to get this channel artwork. So that is step 4. Now we're going to jump into step 5, and that is our last step for how do I create a podcast for my business, and that is to record and start releasing episodes. And so those are our 5 steps on how to create a podcast for your business. If you need help figuring out what topics to cover, but you know you want to start a podcast, I'm actually going to be doing a free webinar and then a masterclass to follow that is going to talk all about how to do fast and dirty SEO. If you're interested, or message me and I'd be happy to give you details once they're ready. The webinar will be on the 27th of this month, and the masterclass of November. So if you're interested in that, drop me a line. And thank you for joining me today. And thank you for joining me today. How do I create a podcast? We're talking about how do I create a podcast business tomorrow. I hope to see you then. Have a great day. And I'm so glad we get to live our dreams together.
Recording stopped. Recording stopped.